Greetings, Mike here with the Administrators. Hey, today's the special Super Bowl edition of the Rambo session. Super Bowl and Rambo. Bucks and Seahawks. How apropos. How apropos. We've talked about the Seahawk. Capricorns and sea goats, scapegoats, e-scapegoats, escape. Hey, a fan just came on. I got a fan. I got a fan. Okay, let's talk about programs. The program. Today is a program. But you know, we have this thing called school, and it's called grammar school. However, it should be called program school. Because school is skull, and skull, and school is shul. Now, when you get right down to it, see, that's the ship, that's the voyage, that's the sea. So they're programming your entire sea. They've always programmed your sea. Our sea out here has been programmed for 2,000 years. Did you hear me? Our sea has been programmed for the last 2,000 years. Religion hijacked spirituality for the prophets to control the masses via confusion. Turn your little lamp off. Take over your bat cave. Let's repeat all this. Let's go back over this. Grammar school is programming. It's not school, it's not education. It's inculcation and indoctrination. Because they only want to workhorse, a mule. Cattle for their chattel, or chattel as their cattle. Cattle call. Rawhide. Better watch a little rawhide. Figure out what's in that pot of stew. Who's stewing who? Who's stewing who? Yeah, Shuel. It means siege. C, S-A-E. See, at one time they combined letters in the S-A-E, Sigma, Alpha, Epsilon. Hey, you got to be a little Greek. You got to be Greek, and you got to be Greek. Gonna be able to see in the dark there, Blackfoot. That's what Blackfoot's all about. Where they step cannot be seen. The lion, the cat. The cat has what's called registered gait. Means it can put that back foot right where that front foot was without making a sound. Knows right where it was. Without any thought. Registered gait. Programmer school. Got your pros and your cons there, They taught you the letters, not the spells. And they even jumbled those up. LQK. Roman numbers. Greek letters. Paleo-Hebrew. Phoenician. Norse runes. That's what it's all about, Alfie. about the fee, of course. Of course. How many courses are there? Golf. So we just leave it at that. You teed up right there, Jimmy. Getting whacked by the racket. See, that's how tennis and golf, you get whacked by the club or the racket. It's the same shtick. It's all in the same shtick. The pros of programming you, your parents before you, going back 5,000 generations. Now that's a lot of jam to get out of your head. I know. Ego ain't gonna let you go there. Just not gonna let you go there. That's what I'm here to show you, help you see what I see through the infinite see, because you have your believers, you have your people that believe in faith, and they have faith and they believe. Then there's Noah. Noah went to sea. Noah went out to sea, did what the scripture says to do. A lot of people read their scripture. Oh, Bible. Yeah, I believe in this Bible. They don't do what it says to do. They ain't going in the temple. There's two that wait in the temple for you to go in. Look around for them. Sniff them out. Search. You got to go into your own darkness to be found by the light. Mary and Yah. Mary and Yah are in the temple waiting for you. Not just Yah. There's a whole religious group wants to turn everything into a hymn. Hymn. Turn everything into a hymn. Even a her wants to be a hymn. Some hymns want to be hers, but it's about the transformed mind. That's the transformation that's necessary. It's this thing called the hero's journey. There's this thing called he arose. And she arose. See, Anna rose Mary, and Mary rose Yah. Anna rose Mary, Mary rose Yah. How do you like them apples? That's why we Hosanna in the Ponderosa, the Bonanza in the Ponderosa. Get your cart right. Adam, the firstborn. Well, Adam and Eve are in everything, everywhere, forever. Joe and his pinto pony. Joe and his Technicolor dream coat. If you notice, Joe was green. He had his green coat on when he was in love. Love. Heart chakra. Green sleeves. Heart on your sleeve. Catching my drift. He had the blue coat on, the blue jacket. He wore the blue jacket when he was hatching up an idea or birthing something, creating something. That's why Krishna's black in meditation. Go out into the darkness. Go out into nowhere in meditation. And Krishna's blue when he's drumming it up. Rumpa-pum-pum. So the drum. Everyone plays the drum. The pulse. The pulse. It's at the center of the atom. An atom is the atom. The hyperboloid is the drum, center of the torus field. As above, so below. Yeah, from a galaxy to an atom. It's the same. It's the same principle. Spin. It's the right spin. What spin are you in? It's what's called the right-hand rule. Right ascension meridian. Right, right, right. How many rights are there? How many rights to right or wrong? Hey, Lily, what are you doing? Lily's down here turning circles, trying to, you know, she's like a deer. She spins around, tromping down that grass, goes around about 5 times before she'll lay down in her bed. And sometimes it's this way, sometimes it's that way. You never know which way it's going to be. I used to think my first Great Dane had turning disease or something like that, you know, a wildebeest. Got the bug in his ear and he gets this turning disease. Turn, turn, turn. Poor beast. Now all the predators know that there's something wrong with that one. I learned a lot from a dog. God and dogs, you know. You know? God and dogs. You know, I think I mentioned Omaha. Oklahoma. But, you know, we can go on, really. We can carry that on to, you know, Denmark. Well, the Denmark, a mark of the den. X marks the spot. You know, there's Eden and the Garden of Eden, and then there's Odin. Ode to Billie Jean. The Blue Jean Genie. Hey, let's crossbreed some of these songs and put it together, sew a different song a different way. We'll sew up a new song. Ooh, Psalms. Songs of Solomon. Yeah, the den of Mark is the cross of the Aleph. You know, the mark of God is the cross. And the T makes the cross. Around the kitchen with Dinah. You know, take Singapore. Sing. C. S-I, yes. N is the sun. G means God. Put those together, sun god. Ah, A, the Aleph of God. It's an error. It's that, the Aleph. What else we got there? Singapore. P means joy in the Norse runes. Told you need to know those. P means joy. Pin. P-Y-N. Singapore, that's to the P. Now we still got ore. Ore is gold, gold is light, light is, how's it go? Gold is, ore is gold and gold is light. Man, anyway, it's ore. O is the one ring to rule them all. R means ride or road. It's the ride, it's the road. What road you on? There are 2 paths you can go by. You can take the Tao or the Tao. Either of them are the get you Yahweh, to Yahweh. Those 2, Tao or the Tao. I find it interesting that the Celts mythology has the What is it? The Tao Adin Siddha? Siddha? Everything's connected. Once you see it, you cannot not see. See? Yes. We. We. Yes, we. See. Yes, we see. We. You know, when Gaga says Gaga, she's really saying G-A, G-A. G is God, and God is the Aleph. Not saying which one she subscribes to. There's only one God responsible for all this. You're connected to it. Now, there is an evil that's trying to hijack all this to control your mind. They're doing a great job, but they've been at it for 2,000 years, so they have a big old head start. They got a head start. So they cut off our noses 2,000 years ago and been harvesting that crop ever since. Ever since. Eyes, ears, touch, taste, smell. Beanstalks. Jack and his beanstalk. Well, let's be frank, nobody knows Jack. Let's just be frank about the fact nobody knows Jack. They won't admit it. Ain't gonna admit they don't know Jack. Who is Jack? Let's find out. Runny Gnosis. Jack is Saturn. Saturn's the leader of the pack. Jupiter wants to be Saturn. Jupiter wants to lead the pack. So does Uranus. So does Venus. So does Neptune. Bunch of bullies. Got a bunch of bullies in your head. See, there's a ram. There's one ram and a lot of bull. One ram and a bunch of bull. A lot of bulls. The ram's the higher mind, the bull's the lower mind, and the beast that must be sacrificed. Woolly bully. However, you have two Taurus fields, so that bull is in each hemisphere. Got a bull over here and a bull over there. Now, the way it works in the Philosopher's Stone, the solid rock on which to stand is the pineal gland. Yes, in your head, you have two Taurus fields, one in each hemisphere of the brain. You have to steer the Taurus field in the left to be led by the Taurus field in the right. And that is lead to gold, gold is ore, and ore is light. Light weights up to the right, to the right. Actually, you're going to find Hiesta there. That's Marianja. Marianja. The 3-hour tour. Ship. 7 on a 3-hour tour. The Magnificent Seven. Shiva is 7. 7 is divine. The Z is made out of 7s. So is an L. See, L means light. It means logum. It also means torch. Loki. Odin, Loki and Odin and Thor and Freya. Nice myths to know. Odin is a single-eyed god. He sends out his ravens daily to observe the world and tell him go back telling him what's going on. Ravens. Hugin and Munin. That's your huge, colorful genie. Or the little one. The machine elves. Terrence McKenna's always talking about. He doesn't know what they're from, what about them. He knows they're there. He knows they're not bad. But don't know why. You know why? I know why. I know why. Flo and Eddie. Eddie Flo. Flo and Eddie. There's one consciousness. We're all connected to it. How far out can you reach on it? How far do you reach in the cosmic consciousness? It's the Super Bowl Sunday. Soup. What kind of soup's in your bowl? Well, pea soup would be the best. Sweet pea is the pineal gland. So a little pea soup. And see, it's all about groupthink as well. Groupthink. Let's get all the group thinking about one thing. Now see, if we can do that with DMT, we all get in here and think about one thing. Let that levee break with DMT. Cry me a river. See, then Mary and Yah would be crying you a river. Because you came home. Came back. Prodigal son came home again. It's right in here. That's what's been hidden. That's why the cat put Fred out at night. Watch a little cartoonage. Learn something. Because you ain't going to learn it from the news. The news is only there to cast you. And it's the news. Let me bubble my head. Where do I need to go from here? To the cave? To the back cave? I have notes here. I have notes. You know, 3 M's. Well, that's Mother Mary Magdalene. And everybody's singing about Mother Mary. They just really don't know it because they don't understand the human condition. And the human condition is the programming. It's a slime oozing from your old TV set. Is that a U or is that a V? V is five senses. Still got yours? Ever use them? Take them out and use them. Eve was deceived by her own 5 senses. Yeah, I heard somebody the other day talking about, oh, they really did levitate, and there's monarchs and popes and really people of high places that saw it and witnessed it and testified to it. Bullshit. Yeah, you know, if you're rich enough, you become the pope, you become the monarch, you become the king, and you write anything you want. So they hijacked the Bible. They cooked it 100 times. Just can't cook the truths out. They try. Canonized means cooked. Constantine was a con man. And Kirk has the con. Why does Juan, W-A-N, wander, the wand, W-A-N-D. Then you have Juan, J-U-A-N. Which one is it? It's like ore. How many ways to spell ore? How many ores are there? Know your ores. Gotta know some ores. And if you spell knowledge with a K, you know nothing. You don't know nothing. Nothing. You know nothing, honey. Back to Odin. See, Odin's out in the forest, and the forest is for the rest of life. Eden's for your garden of delight, the delight. But Odin's for the rest of life. Odin. Got your Odin. What ode? Hey, what's your fragrance in your ship of mint? I smell pretty good in obsession. Uh-huh. Oh, man, I went into Walmart one day. They just sprayed the baskets with their solution, their cleaning agent. Now, that had a real earthy, forestry, woodsy smell that I've smelled before, kind of 20 or 30 years ago. Some of my friends wore that stuff. But I had to wash my hands to get it off, and then it still almost didn't come off. It is overpowering. You'll recognize it. But he arose, and she arose. And you should be a rose too. Because it's all about the hero's journey, and nobody's going on the journey. You got to go on a journey. You got to go in and rock the world. You got to rock the little kernel. You got to rock the kernel of rice. The little pea in a pod is the pineal gland. G-land pineal is a land that time forgot. Intentionally hidden. Garden gnomes. You don't know me. You don't know me yet. You got to go in the temple. You got to crack the nut. It needs a cracking. Piezoelectric stimulation rocks your world. The levee break. The rocks sing, and you know there is God. You got to take the spiritual voyage sometime, Popeye. See, Kronos comes back to do it again and again to try to help you find your way. He'll be back for you. Or you'll be back again. Which way is it? Which way does that work? There's a river called Styx, and there's the Rio Grande. Tippy canoe. Yeah, jump out of the canoe. Quit just putting a toe in. You got a toe in? Got your toe in yet? I got more props than Carrot Top, I got all these colors. I got my colors. You got your rainbow colors? That's green. That's the heart chakra. We already told you that. Now, yellow. A little inauguration speech. There was the yellow. So this is fire. Had a coat of fire on there. Wonder who wrote that speech. Who helped? A couple of nice little slams in there. I don't know if y'all noticed. A couple of nice little slams. Oh, then there was this in the hair, in the headdress. Now, if you knew anything about headdress, it takes a special person to actually even have one in there. It takes a special right. And that was another fire. And see, this is also the root chakra. And what you want up here is the crown chakra. The crown chakra. Oh, yeah, that's this one. It's purple. Purple rain. Purple rain. Prince knew what he was talking about with the purple rain. So, who's out in darkness? You out in darkness? You know, and then there's blue, the blue sky and the blue sea, but, you know, water can be a lot of colors. Slimy green. They'd be in the blue bayou. Or the turquoise. Or so clear you can not tell how deep it is. What? To walk on water is to go into the temple, go into the mind, and ponder with the Creator. You just go into never, never land, nowhere. You go into nothing. You go into the nothingness of everywhere. The infinite nothing. It's where everything is. The infinite nothing is where everything is. It's where to be found. It's where to be found. The infinite nowhere. Hey, ask me. I'm the nowhere man. And I can certainly take you there. Nowhere man can take you there. But you need to figure it out on your own. I had to. Yeah, it's a solitary trip there, Han Solo. Can only be taken by you. And the second coming of Christ doesn't happen until you go and say, come with me. We're going, it's time for you to come back. It's time for the second coming. It's your decision. The time of the second coming is your decision. Make it. Super Bowl Sunday, make it. You know, everybody's going to have their snacks and their party food. Well, you know, get out in the green pastures of, and have some spiritual food. You know. Let there be kale. JJ Kale. Getting that breeze. That's a good head of lettuce there. When to get hooked on there. Rajesh. There's a problem with the programming of non-education. Derelicts and dialects. Misinformation. Neglected information. Hidden information. Misguidance. It's pretty obvious once you just kind of try to look a little bit. It's overwhelming. It's hard to believe. Well, you know, I don't believe it. I never will. Government means control mind. That's all it's ever going to mean. And that's what it does. Control mind. Now, our government was founded by Freemasons, and Freemasons are Jesuits. And Jesuits, by the way, are the same people that trained up Hitler. And Hitler had the third eyesight, and that's all the Third Reich is all about. But he did not have the transformed mind. Yeah, he was insane, all right. He's caught up in the Matrix. But see, if you cast your net to the right, caught up with Christ. So there's a lot of blindness going on right now. It's the same blindness that was going on then. And it's perpetuated by the same remnant of evil. It's hand-me-down evil, people. It's been handed down for 5,000 generations. When religion hijacked spirituality for the prophets. Cut off your gnosis. Have you bowing and kneeling at a pine pew when you should be unkneeling the pie kneel? That's temperament. Temperament takes place in the mind. Levitation takes place in the mind. The voyage of the seven seas takes place in the mind. There's ships and ships of fools. Wooden ships across the water. How many ways can they say the exact same thing and you still not get it? How many? Let me count the ways. Took me a long time too. Two means you, though. You too. Oh, you. Yo. Double speak and double talk, backwards and forwards and upside down. Which way is it? It's always. And every way. That's why X marks the spot and you're the spot. And you go any direction you want to go. Anytime you want to go there. Big wheel, big boss man, big wheel, you're the big wheel. So, where you going? Rolling to the sea? Rolling out west. What is it? The chuck wagon is behind the cattle, and those wheels get rolled through shit. Hey, wagon wheel, you've been rolled through shit. Okay. Stewing it up. How many masks does it take to smell bullshit? How many licks on a Tootsie Pop to get to the center? 3. It's always 3. It's a trinity. Mary, Yah, and you. It's always a trinity, and it's Mary, Yah, and you. Or Mary, you, Yah. You marry yet? You marry and Yah yet? Yeti? Mary and Yah yet. See, you got it. How is that? How is that? See, you got to know a little about the Plato and the peyote. You got any peyote on your plate? We emulate Zeus, Jupiter Zeus. They call him that. His name's Thalem, the lamb. His name's I am. And he's the lamb. He's OP. OP. He really is OP. The O, the one ring to rule them all. P is joy. Actually, Aleph, A-L-E-P-H, Aleph, the E-P-H, Al's the. So the E-P-H, and E is essence, the quintessence. That's what E is. He's the essence and the quintessence, and that's G, clarified butter. G's a fast horse. And I told you it's a two-piece suit for martial arts. Karate Kid, chop, chop. Crane, you got the cranium. You in the crane position yet? High kick and resurrect. Tulsi Town's in a resurrection. There's 10 or 12 cranes over this town right now. Hadn't been that many since probably the 60s. 50s. Yeah, 60s. I remember watching a few implosions as a child. Pretty cool. The Zebra Lounge was down there, as I recall, somewhere uptown, downtown. Zebra Lounge. Zebra. Z is light. The Bira, Bira, Ra, Ra. Ra and Rhea. Maria. Got your Maria? Maria, Maria, Maria. Just met a girl named Maria. That's Rhea. She's married to Saturn, so watch out there. Rhea's married to Saturn. They had Zeus and Heyesta. So you never hear about Heyesta. Heyesta! And she's in the kitchen with Dinah. In the kitchen with Yah. That's who you meet in the fiery furnace, is Heyesta and Yahweh. And you're about that close to bliss. Well, you are in bliss if you're with Mary and Yah. Now, if they take you on a little trip to Gamma, that's transformation. To be with them is bliss, but for them to carry you on to Gamma, deep space of Gamma, transformation. See, everybody thinks this Deep Space Nine is some TV show. Star Trek's a TV show. Star Wars is a TV show. The Matrix is a, movie. Hey, these are all documentaries. And they're all in code. If you knew the code, you'd see it. Your subconscious does. Your subconscious does. That's why some of you wear Crocs and drive Subarus and have no idea why. You know why? Why not? If you don't know why not? You weren't taught right. You weren't taught right, that's why not. See, the physicist photon is the mystic's guiding light. The physicist photon is the mystic's guiding light. All information's in one photon of light. Lack of energy, lack of, nah, we're surrounded by it. Not only that, you, my friend, each of those cells in your system, in your body, manufactures about 1.4 volts. So there's 70 trillion volts right there that you manufacture. Now that energy cannot be created or destroyed, only transformed or returned to cinder. Become a pillar in God's temple and don't go out again. Unless you want to. Because the world needs help to find its way. A lot of people come back that don't have to come back. Again and again. To help the blind see. And then some come back again and again to prevent it. Two objectives: transform mind or prevention of it. Which sea you want to see? The infinite sea? Or very little of nothing? Nothing at all. The not. You want to see the not. The not whole. The whole not. Wiggle around in that ball of twine, that string. Ropey. You've been roped up. Not headed. Yeah, there's a lot of symbology in the knothead. Tying up the energy up there. Bundling it up. That's the turbine, you know. It's the turbine. Energy. Special wrapper. Got your wrapping? How are you clothed? Weave. 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 You and me. Or weave. Weaver. The sewing machine and the weaver. Weave the matrix. Go fly through the matrix. In and out of it, Spider-Man. Superman. See, Superman has pea soup. Popeye has spinach. It's green. It spins in the Taurus field. The green pastures of the Taurus fields grows the spinach. Hey, Lily got up. What do you think, Lil? Lily is my Great Dane. She's my god, my queen. God and dogs. Lily. L. The torch, the light, enlightenment. I is the single eye. We have a Vulcan mind meld all the time. Another L. And a Y. 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 You know what upside down is a lambda. And a Y is two paths. And a Y is short for wine. It's the beginning of your wine. The W, there's magic in the W. The U and the U. You sheepy. You getting sleepy from my spiel? Could be. It's okay. Dream a little dream with me. So you got to go into that dream state. The imagination. Me and Bobby McGee, Mr. Moggy, the Magi. See, just keep in mind from Star Trek, Kirk means church. The Enterprise is your mind. There's a prize inside. Ahura, well, communications officer. Ahura Mazda is the god of fire. Ahura Mazda is the god of Zarathustra, and Zarathustra sent the Magi to find the Star of Bethlehem. Now, the Star of Bethlehem is actually Thalem, and Thalem is the lamb. Bet means in or with. So are you with Thalem? Are you with the lamb? Are you in the house of the lamb? Now lose your two front teeth and you can no longer say Thalem, but you can say Salem. Take the H out of Shalom and you're back to Salem. Agua. Wat and water. See, what means church? It's the temple. It's the monastery. 7 steps to heaven. Can't skip any steps, but you can skip up them. Rumpa-pum-pum. Jesus was in the temple at 12. So should every child. Child. Quit calling them kids. They're not kids. They're children. And children are drenched in chi of El. Okay? A child is in perpetual theta mental state until age 7, 7-ish. And that's direct connect to God. That invisible friend is God. Some have more conversations than others. I remember mine. Plain as day. He told me I'd be doing this, and I said, nope. No, not me, because I don't believe it. Snakes don't talk. And my mother gives me a lot of apples, and I've never gotten any knowledge. She should have been giving me pineapple. Hey, my mother was a Loki. She was actually a lolly. That's the lady that raised me, the Loki. Lolly, enlightenment, the torch, oh, the one ring to rule them all. She had 2 more L's in there. That's a lot of lagoon. It's a lot of water. The I, the single I, and the E is the quintessence, the essence. That's who raised me. Now, the one that I'm biologically related to brought me up here to Oklahoma and dropped me off so I could be here. Here. Grew up down by the riverside in Tulsa. Super religious town. Church on every corner. Spirituality hard to be found. There's a few mystic shops around. They don't know anything about what they're there for. I've tried to talk to them. Posers. Posers. The subconscious mind understands something, but the conscious hasn't figured it out yet. But the subconscious mind understands it. It knows that there's something And some pay attention to that and some don't. Well, I hope that gave you a little bit to think about here on Super Bowl Sunday edition of the Ramble Sessions. Yeah, Jesus Christ is the pattern man. He's pattern man. He's the Plato. He's what's on the Plato. See, he was born in the stable. He had the red letters in the Bible. He only spoke in parable. He knows bull. At the center or the head of the table. He was the plate and the platen. See, Tim, T-E-M, means in, with. So the Tim plate, are you in or with the plate? And that would be the home plate. Hey, are you at home with your plate? I think you are. They're just now opening restaurants, and I hope you all took this time to have some spiritual food and go in here. Go in there, Luke. Luke said we're going in. Did you know? Now here's something really amazing. See, we're here in Oklahoma. Paw, P-A-W, paw, in Navajo. It actually means lightning. So when you have the lightning and the thunder, and that's paw. Then there's patah. First spoke, the first to spit, tooey. Paw. Lightning. The light. You know, the Navajo also have they call the skinwalkers, the shapeshifters. Well, that's just your shaman. Because he can be anything he needs to be, whenever he needs to be it. Bear with me, because I am the bear. The spirit bear with me. Wendigo. Well, now's Wendigo. I think it was, it was George Washington Carver. Let's just go over this. He actually said that everything south of the Mason-Dixon line could actually feed the entire world. That peanuts and the 300 products from peanuts could do it. Interesting. Peanut. And a peanut is the pineal. And that's the nut for cracking. And it lets out the jam. And it's new wine, and it's a Portofino. See, the Wyandotte and the Hindu dot are the same. It's what that dot's all about. And the daughter is, well, Mary is the daughter of Anna. And she arose, he arose. There's your fairy tale. It's your lore, a lie. It's not a lie, it's the lore. They turned it into a lie. They lied to you about how it really worked. Because religion did nothing but harness, bridle, alter, saddle, and limit you. Fenced you in. Set no one free. And it won't. Ever. You have to free yourself. Cherokee. Chi is the cross, Cairo. Ro is the P, and it means joy. And the key of life is the Ankh, the Egyptian Ankh. That's eternal life. See, the Cherokee and all the indigenous people of North and South America are the Aquarians to lead us into the future. They take us back to the future. And they are the chosen people for this age of Aquarius. If you'll notice, they're very Hebrew. They're a little Greek too. Greek in Greek. Yeah, if you look at the characters, you'll see it. Tsunami. Boy named Sue. How many ways can you spell Sue? S-I-O-U-X, T-S-U, S-U-E, S-U. So sue me. I'm a boy named Sue, and the tsunami, two. And two means you. I'm you. Rumi, are you me? Don't forget, the only place you see me is in your bat cave, and I'm upside down in there. Think about that. The only place you see me is in your bat cave, upside down. Another session of the Ramble sessions. This was the Super Bowl edition. And the bowl is the hyperboloid at the center of everything. And it's at the infinite sea. Jump in. See what happens. Hey, as with the usual spin of things, I'll be back.